Okay, my dear children, let us we will continue our class. So until now we are discussed about internal process. Internal process. So with this internal process, in which way the landforms formed. Okay, that information already we have studied. What are the important concept? What are the important points comes under the internal process? Okay, due to with this internal process, the surface of the landforms formed. Okay, that is mainly the plate movements we are discussed. Plate movements, that is jigsaw puzzles. Okay, and also we are studied about that sea floor spreading also we are discussed. And one more, the drama of the margins. Okay, drama at the margins also we are discussed. And one more point regarding volcanoes eruption. Okay, in which way volcanic eruptions occurred and what is the type of rocks also formed by the volcanoes, like igneous rocks. Okay, that points we are discussed. And also one more, intrusive landforms and extrusive landforms also we are discussed. Now see, my dear children, textbook page number 19, please open. Okay, open all of your textbook page number 19 and see once external process. External process. So, what are the effects of the winds and water on the surface of the earth? That process we can call as an external process. That means, what is the main concept here? What are the landforms formed on the surface of the earth? Not only by the internal process, okay, with the effects of external process also. What are the main external process on the surface of the earth? Formed these type of all these landforms by wind and water. Wind and water are also showing their forces. Okay, and they are changing the landforms. They are making the landforms on the surface of the earth. Okay, so these external forces like water and air are working on the surface of the earth, formed landforms. Okay, once again I am repeating. The external forces, what are the external forces here? Like water and wind. Water and wind and water are working on the surface of the earth, and with that effect it's forming landforms. Okay, and the shaping of the landforms also by with the effect of wind and water, that landforms we can call as a third order landforms we are saying. Okay, understand clearly, my dear children? Third order landforms. So, which landforms formed by with the force of wind and water? Okay, that landforms, our geographers, our earth scientist peoples, they are called as what they are called here? Third order landforms. Third order landforms. Okay, what are the third order landforms? Carved mountains. Carved mountains. Carved mountains, valleys. Okay, carved mountains, valleys and sand dunes. Okay, these are the and deltas also. Then deltas also. Okay, deltas. Okay, these are the formed on the surface of the earth with the force of, with effects of wind and water. Okay, understand clearly. Once again I am repeating, which landforms formed by the wind and water, that landforms we can call as a third order landforms. Okay, what are the third order landforms? Carved mountains, valleys, sand dunes and deltas. Okay, and these landforms also including features like all these carved mountains, valleys and deltas and tangents. Okay, and this process, so which process followed? That important points we are going to discuss now. That process like a weathering, okay, and erosion, soil erosion. Okay, and also transportation. transportation and deposition. Understand clearly here, my dear children. Which process means that winds and water also affect with the force also, it can change the landforms. So okay, that process we are going to discuss. What is that process we are saying? It's weathering and erosion, transportation and deposition are these largely responsible for the formation of the landforms on the surface of the earth, and it is known as denudation process. It is known as denudation process we are saying. What is the meaning of denudation? Means continuous process, this one. Without stopping, the process will be continued. That means the effects of the wind and water also will be continued on the surface of the earth. Okay, the forces showing by the wind and water on the surface of the earth, it's continuously changes. Okay, it's continuously showing that process. That process only we can call as a denudation process. We are saying denudation is a continuous process. Continuous process. We are saying this one. Okay, so the changes occur very slowly. That means immediately that wind and water will not change the landforms, shapes on the surface of the earth. Okay, my dear children, another point now we are going to discuss, that is see once the keep on changing these through process known as erosion cycle also we are saying. Okay, this is whenever this continuous process we can find out on the surface of the earth, that process, this keep on changing through this process is called as a erosion cycle we are saying. Erosion cycle we are saying. Otherwise, another name also we are calling, that is called as a geomorphic cycle. Geomorphic cycle also we are saying this one. Geomorphic cycle. Understand clearly here, my dear children. Now, see once in your textbook, page number 20, how air and water transform the surface of the earth. How air and water also will show their effects over the surface of the earth. Now we are going to discuss actually what are the hard primary rocks are existed. The hard primary rocks, that means big rocks we can find out on the surface of the earth. That big rocks are broken into small pieces. And these rocks deposited them. These rocks also deposited them into the one particular place. These process formally defined into the steps. Okay, I have defined into the different steps, that is that one only: weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition we are saying. Understand clearly here, my dear children. Okay, just now once again I want to explain this one. Actually, what are the main hard primary rocks having? That hard primary rocks also broken into small pieces. So these rocks deposited whenever winds are blowing, whenever water is also flowing in that particular period, along with that wind force, along with that water forces, okay, these small pieces of stones also can travel along with the winds and water, and it can deposit in one particular place. Okay, that process only now we are going to discuss, that one only. Now weathering we are going to discuss, and regarding erosion also we are going to discuss, and transportation we are going to discuss, and deposition we are going to discuss now. Okay, see once in your textbook, page number 20, weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, clearly they had given that information. Okay, I am going to drop this part now, and we want to discuss about that weathering now. So, according to my knowledge, according to my opinion, children, please go through once a textbook, you can understand easily. The first one we are going to discuss now, weathering. Weathering means nothing but due to weather condition also. Due to weather condition also we can find out changes on the landforms over the rocks. Why? Because on the surface of the earth we are receiving heat from the sun, as well as we are getting cool also during the period of night time here. Okay, so with this what happening here, with these actions, that means on the surface of the earth the rocks also can affect with the hot atmosphere as well as cold atmosphere. With that what happening, the gradually disintegration of rocks, gradually disintegration rocks means just decreasing the size of the rocks also here. Okay, by the atmospheric forces or weather forces, the rocks were exposed to heat and expand like that. Okay, whenever sunrise falls on the rocks, what happening here, whenever these rocks are absorbed heat, what would happen here, it can expand. Okay, daytime it can expand, and what happened during the period of night time, it can cool down. So in that particular time, what would be happening here? It can contract when cooled down. See once the rocks when exposed to heat expand and contract when cooled down. As the surface of the rocks here, that process will be continued day by day also. Okay, contract and expand. Contract and expand. Due to this process, what will happen? That rocks also can be weakened. Okay, gradually become brittle and begin to break down. Okay, whenever it's expanded and contraction, what is happening here? It can break down into pieces. Okay, my dear children here, and see once. With this, so until now I discussed about this heat and cold atmosphere conditions only I discussed. Okay, due to sun heat, rocks can be expand. Okay, and due to cool atmosphere, rocks will be contract. Due to continuously this process going on the surface of the rocks, contract and expands. Okay, due to with this effect, what would happening? It can weaken. Okay, it can weaken and it can broken also here. Okay, gradually become brittle and also begin to break down. Okay, and one more point also we have to discuss here, that is water and moisture. Water and moisture also in the air also help to the process. Water and moisture, why? Because whenever started cracks over the rock, what happening here in these that water droplets or moisture also goes inside of the cracks, and water also starts chemical reactions. Okay, water reacts with the chemical of the rocks, and for these rocks also will be weakened here. These processes by which rocks are weakened and broken are called weathering. What is the weathering events here? Okay, the process, which process we are followed now? This process by which rocks are weakened, okay, weakened and broken are called weathering. To say. This is the definition of the weathering. Okay, I hope you are understood, I think, my dear children. Now, next one we are going to discuss about the erosion. Okay, I am going to rub this one. So keep it in your mind. This weathering in which way? In this process, that is big mass rocks also can be broken into small pieces. Okay. Now another one what we are going to discuss about that erosion. Okay, erosion. In this process also, already you are having idea, I think in your long classes you have studied whenever water flowing on the surface of the earth, okay, that water flows, it can carry, along with that water flows, it can carry sediments, debris and pebbles, okay, gravels and all these also can travel, okay. So the flowing water, next one, which point we are going to discuss? Erosion. The flowing water and wind also blowing from the one area to another area. So this flowing water and also this wind also, blowing wind also having power, okay, that it can slowly vary away or cut away the rocks. Whenever water is in low areas, during this period, what happening that for example, this one rock, okay, rocks also can cut slowly, okay, away the rocks, and that soil also cover in the high places. So here water acts in many ways. Means what are the main water bodies? We are receiving water on the surface of the earth in different ways, like a rain, river, and flowing groundwater also, and also seaways and glaciers. Glaciers is nothing but a big mass of ice rocks we can call as a glaciers, we are saying. Okay, winds also takes many forms. Winds also blowing like what we are saying, that storms, okay, and gusts, and also steady winds also blowing from one region to another region in that particular time also, that along with that winds it can cut the rocks with the slow motion. Okay, my dear children. And another one, see once here, to act with whenever these winds and water is also blowing or flowing from one region to another region, it can show their power over the rocks of earth surface by these movements is called as a erosion, we are saying. So the active, what is the definition of erosion, Sivans? The active wearing away of the active wearing away of the earth surface is known as earth surface, okay, by the moving winds and water. That winds and water also we can call as a moving agents. Moving agents also we are saying. Moving agents. Okay, understand clearly, my dear children. Is called erosion, we are saying. Understand clearly here. The active wearing away of the earth surface by the moving agents is called erosion, we are saying. Okay. The next point we are going to discuss about that transportation. Understand clearly here, my dear children. First we are discussing about that weathering. Later we are discussing about that erosion. Okay. Now transporting. That means in which way that rocks, minerals. That means like a small stones also moving from one area to another area with the force of wind and water. Okay. That is the transportation we are saying. Now I am going to rub this one. Transportation. Already, what is the meaning of transportation? Whenever we are moving the goods from one area to another area, which is called as a transportation. So, like that, transportation here. So, what for we are going to discuss now? These rocks. Okay, these rocks in which way transporting from one region to another region with the effect of the wind and water. Okay. The eroded materials means which rocks and crack means eroded by the wind and water. These eroded materials also in the form of small rocks and gravel, mud and fine soil, and all these are also carried by winds. carried by winds. Okay, carried by winds and water also. Carried by winds and water. So whenever reduced the power of the force of the water, force of the winds, what they are doing here, it can deposit in one particular place. Okay, understand clearly here. The eroded materials means which rocks, pebbles, sediments, okay, in the form of the small rocks, I said, gravel, mud, fine soil, etc., carried by the wind and water. Carried by the wind and water, okay, and carried by the wind and water is called as a transportation, we are saying. And these rivers and also winds, waves cut soil, the rock form of the one place, take them to distant places, and it can deposit, it can carry how many hundred of kilometers also, these pebbles, rocks, and also carried by the wind and water, 100 of kilometers. That process we can call as a transportation, we are saying. Okay, carried by the winds and water is called transportation. Is transportation. Transportation. What carrying here? All the eroded materials. Okay, eroded materials. Eroded materials. Okay, eroded materials carried by the winds and water is called as a transportation. Next one we are going to discuss, that is called as a deposition. We are saying deposition. Deposition means nothing but, see once, my dear children, when the rivers and winds also, whenever it's reduced the flow, whenever it's reduced the force, or slow down, okay, they do not have the force to carry this type of pebbles and gravel, sediments and all these. It can deposit in one particular place. So with that, what happening? The forming of plain areas. Okay, with that, whenever there is dumped these debris help into the form of land form, plains and basins. Plains and river basins, we are saying. River basins, we are saying this one. Understand clearly, my dear children. Okay, so when the debris means nothing but when all these rocks, mud, soil, and all these also flowing by the effect of the rivers and winds, whenever it's reduced that force, what would happening here? It can deposit, it can dump, okay, these items in the one particular area. So with these dumped debris also help to form plains and river basins. Okay, it is formed the layers. These are called as a sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks means nothing but which layer formed by these rocks, mud, soil. These are that layer we can call as a sedimentary rocks, we are saying.